Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Christopher Dunsford, and I am the Support Manager here at OpenText eDOCS. Thank you for tuning in to another eDOCS training session. As the title of the slide implies, we will be covering eDOCS DM Sync and Save. This video is Session 4, which is the last session in the series. If you have not watched Sessions 1 through 3, then I recommend you do so before watching this video. In this video, we will finish up DM Sync by showing you how to sync a folder from eDOCS to your local workstation, and also how to sync documents that are already in eDOCS to your workstation. We will then go over DM Save. DM Save is used to perform a one-time import of Windows folders and files into eDOCS. Once the import is complete, however, no syncing occurs. If you need syncing for later edits, then you should use DM Sync instead. Note, DM Save's import is faster than DM Sync because there is no collecting of metadata with each document imported to store the DM Sync to the dmsync.xml file. So before we get to DM Save, let's go ahead and show you how to synchronize a folder from eDOCS DM to your local workstation. Alright, so I will just bring up eDOCS DM here. So let's just say that I'm an attorney or paralegal and I want to work with documents that are already in eDOCS. I want to work with those on my laptop, and I want to take my laptop home, work on those documents, not worry about setting up a VPN connection, and I want those documents to be automatically synchronized when I come back into the network at work. Well, that can be done. So with DM16, I can come to a folder here, and let's say I want to work with folder 1. So folder 1 has a number of documents. It also has a subfolder here with some documents in it as well. So I can at this point go to folder 1, and I can select to right-click, select folder, add to eDOCS DM Sync. So at this point I can choose a location where I want to export this folder and its contents. I'm just going to choose the desktop. So you can see that folder 1 has been created on my desktop. The files are being downloaded to folder 1. It will also create the subfolder 1 as well. Once that folder is synchronized, I will be notified. And again, if you've noticed in the prior video in session 3, I mentioned that I am working in Microsoft Azure. The server is in fact a Microsoft Azure server, so all of the transactions that you are seeing right now are in real time. So now this folder is synced to eDOCS DM. So let's go take a look inside of folder 1. Folder 1, you can see that there are a couple of files here. I've got a DOCX file, which is a Microsoft Word document. I've got a PDF. You'll notice that I don't have a program installed that recognizes PDF. So I can actually work with documents without having the actual application installed, meaning I can drag and drop into a monitored folder, and DM Sync or DM Save can actually import those documents with no problem. Inside of subfolder 1, I've got a couple of documents here as well. Let's go look in subfolder 1 over here. Actually, I'll click the tree view. So you can see I've got DM Sync settings and from proposal to capstone. You'll see that over here as well. So let's go into a local document and let's make an edit and see if our changes are reflected in eDOCS DM. So we'll open up number 1523. Now you can see I've already done a test for a video. I'm going to name this test for video 3. I'll do a Control S for save. Let's go ahead and next close. Alright, now the synchronization should be occurring at this point. Again, this is 1523. Let's go up to recent edits. Here's 1523. Let's look at our Viewer tab. And you see we've got test for video 3. So the synchronization did occur. We are good to go on subfolder 1. And let's just go up one level. Let's go to folder 1. We can do this as well here just to make sure that everything is good to go for the main parent folder of folder 1. Well, that's a PDF, and again, I don't have an application installed for PDFs, so we won't be doing that one. Let's go up here to Capstone Report Dunsford. Alright, so we'll change the title to Test Title. Control S here. Close out. This is 1519. 1519, you can see that we've got test title. So synchronization is occurring, and this is exporting a folder from eDOCS DM to your desktop and having your files and folders synchronized to eDOCS DM. So next I'll show you how to export files into an already monitored folder. So let's go ahead and right click the desktop. We're going to set up a new folder. We're going to call this Sync Test. Now from here I can right click the folder and I can choose Add Folder to eDOCS DM Sync. Now remember, if you right click a folder on your desktop or any other folder and you try to sync this folder into eDOCS DM, it's fine. However, you don't get the progress bar in the sync manager letting you know the progress. So if you have a lot of files and folders in a folder that you're trying to synchronize into eDOCS DM, I recommend that you go to the manager and do it. That way you can get a visual representation of when your synchronization will be done. So just to demonstrate that, I'll go to the sync manager. We'll go to Explore tab, Add Folder to eDOCS DM Sync, Sync Test. Alright, we'll go with default. Alright, and I actually want to put this in my workspace. So I'll go to Workspaces, Chris Workspace. You can see that the profile changes, the location changes up here, and we are good to go. Click OK. Synchronization to eDOCS DM is complete. Alright, so now we're good to start adding content into this Windows folder. So I can either double click here on my desktop or I can right click Sync Test here and go to Explore. Either way is fine. So from eDOCS DM I can actually go into, let's just select about 3 different files here. These 3 are fine. We will drag and drop this to this monitored folder. So I do want to, the type of export will be a checkout copy. We don't want to checkout and lock because we do want to be able to edit these documents, and we certainly don't want to create a reference. We want the actual documents. So we're going to select OK. Alright, and there are your documents. You can see that it's got the familiar eDOCS name, the library name, document number, version, and then the name. So you can see that these are associated with 1707, 1709, and 1710. Same with over here. So there was no duplication of data that occurred here. So to demonstrate that, I will go and actually let's click on 1710 here, and let's see what the viewer shows. The authentication protocol identifies. Okay, so let's go here, 1710, let's double click here. Okay, the authentication protocol identifies. I'll change this to "this shows," and we will bold that. We'll leave that typo in there, it's fine. Close out of here. Alright, come back over here and we'll click off. Click back on. This shows. There we go. So synchronization is occurring for that particular document. Alright, that is all of DMSync. We covered DMSync in all 3 videos and plus just a piece of this one. Let's jump right into DMSave. So DMSave, this is the interface for DMSave. I'm not going to go over this slide too much because I do like demos, so let's go ahead and jump right in to DMSave. So let's say that you're working with some files and folders from a CD or from a location that someone gave you. Maybe they're on USB drives, etc. And you just want to do a one-time import. You just want to get this content into eDOCS DM. You don't want to go through and drag and drop. You don't want to have to fill out a bunch of profiles. You want to fill out one profile and that's it. Well, you can do that. So in Save Test, we've got a number of files and folders, subfolders, etc. So I just want to come here and I want to save all of this. I want to save the entire folder with its structure. So at this point I can right click it, I can select Save to eDOCS DM. At this point you'll see a file and folder structure to save into eDOCS DM dialog. You'll see a number of things here. On the left hand side you've got the tree view, and this shows all the files and folders. You'll also see the selected folder path. You have a couple of options here. You can import structure, which imports it into eDOCS exactly like you have in Windows. You can exclude folders and only import documents. You can select Don't Import as Subfolders, and what this does is it makes each subfolder a parent folder. So Save Test 2 is at the same level as all the other folders. You have your information over here. You've got the folders 1, subfolders 8, and the number of documents. In this example we've got 103. To import is 91. So we've got 103 files, but we're only importing 91 of those. So we've got a few that eDOCS is not set up to recognize. Your options here use same profile values for each, what this means is when we click Import Next, we're going to get a profile. When we fill out that profile, we're going to type in some metadata. If we have used same profile for each setup, then all the other documents will be imported with that metadata that we already provided. So you'll get one profile and that's it. If you unselect this, then you'll get a profile for each document. If you have a lot of documents, I consider 103 documents, or to import 91 documents over here, to be too many for me to have to fill out a profile for each document. So again, if you've got a lot of documents, I recommend that you keep that selected. Exclude unsupported files. So all this does is it changes your view over here. DMSave will not import unsupported files regardless of this checkbox. But if you want to see all of the files over here, you can unselect this and you'll notice we have dmsave.ini. There's no application in eDOCS set up to recognize INI files, so it will not get imported. And if you select to exclude unsupported files, then it just changes this view here. Rename files, delete files, or do nothing. This is an after action. So after the import is done on these files, what do you want to happen? Do you want these files to be renamed so you can look at them and know that those documents have been imported into eDOCS? Do you want to delete those files altogether to clear up space? Or you want to just simply do nothing? We're going to select do nothing at this point. And I do want to import the structure, and all of these I do want to keep the default settings. So at this point, I'm ready for the import, and I will select import. So now you see that we have a profile. Again, I want to save this into my workspace. So Chris's workspace, sync save test, or save test 2. We're going to go with default. All right. And I'm just going to go ahead and add Heidi. Heidi as having read-only access. All right. We should be good to go. We are saving this folder structure to my workspace, and you can see the location up here. We'll select OK. So the importing dialog does show your current folder that you're working in. You can see the current document that it is uploading. It'll go through all the folders and upload all of the files in those folders. So at this point, I'm going to pause the video and come back near the end of the import set. Alright, we're almost at the end of our import set. So when it's done, we'll go look in eDOCS and see what happened. Alright, perfect. Okay, let's go over here to eDOCS and we'll go just a little F5 for refresh. Chris workspace. Alright, we can. Okay. So save test 2. You can see save test 2 over here. We've got capstone networking. And then if we expand capstone, we've got a number of folders here. We've got folder 1, folder 2, scan, etc. So you can see that it is importing all of the files and all of the folders in the same folder structure because that's what we selected. Let's go take a look at security in folder 1, for example. Let's see what edit security. And you can see that Heidi we gave read-only access to, and Heidi indeed has read-only access to the subfolder because that's what we set at the parent folder. Alright, so that's DM save. Let's look at a couple more options with DM save. Let's right click here. We'll save to eDOCS DM again. Alright, so now we can do a couple of things. We first selected do nothing. We can also rename files or delete files. So let's cancel this. What I'd like to do is I would like to go to a subfolder, and we'll just go here and we will save the subnetting folder. So save to eDOCS DM. And what I would like to do is rename the files after the upload occurs. So I will exclude folders for this one, and we'll click import. Alright, so default, okay. Alright, let's go look in subnetting. Alright, so oh, maybe I didn't select the right one. Let's go do that again. Let's see, right click subnetting, save. Alright, rename files, yes. Import structure, that's fine. All right, default. All right, subnetting, there we go. Okay, so now we have legal, we've got, which is the library name, we've got the document number, the version, and then the name. So you can see those files were indeed renamed after we did the import. So let's do it again. Save to eDOCS.dm. And this time I do want to delete the files. I have no use for them after they're imported into eDOCS.dm. So we'll keep all the same settings and select import. Again, we'll go with default. All right, let's go take a look in subnetting. And you can see all the files are gone except for dmsave.ini. So that is dmsave. Let's go take a look at our presentation here. So we've covered syncing a folder from eDOCS to your local workstation. Now syncing a folder from eDOCS to your local workstation, that feature is available in DM16 only. Drag and drop from eDOCS to a monitored folder, that exists in eDOCS DM10 and DM16. We also went over the DM save feature. We did a couple of demonstrations of that. Miscellaneous information. In order to do the drag and drop from DM of those documents to a monitored folder, this registry setting does have to be present. No worries, this is set whenever you install eDOCS DM Sync and Save. Additional details, remember you can sync a Google Drive or OneDrive connector or a cloud-based folder. DM Sync can work even when DM Extensions is down. This is especially true after you already have your monitored folders set up to be synchronized. At that point, everything is handled through the DM API, and synchronization will occur whether you can get into eDOCS DM or not. Now, if the DM server is down, all your servers are down, then of course, we can't synchronize changes then. But if the servers are up, chances are synchronization will still occur. You can quote unquote integrate all of your applications, meaning that if there's no current way to integrate an application, you can set up a monitored folder and drag and drop documents into that monitored folder or save into that monitored folder, and those changes will get synchronized into eDOCS DM. For eDOCS DM10, you can get the latest bits from that location. That's eDOCS DM Sync and Save version 1.2. With DM16, however, if you remember from the last video, Sync and Save is actually part of the eDOCS DM16 install. Here's some additional links. And that brings us to the end of the video. Thank you for tuning in. If you have any questions pertaining to what you've seen over the past 4 sessions of DM Sync and Save, please feel free to reach out to us on the eDOCS DM forum, or you can open a ticket. Thanks again and have a wonderful day.